if Mossad gives us the intel, how many CIA agents does America currently physical have in Iran right now?
I don't know the answer. If I knew the answer, it would be classified. But I will say that my assessment, less than what fit on two hands.
Damn.
Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, your sophisticated or rather your most rogue nations have been systematically kicking Americans out, hunting down anybody who even looks like an asset, and then publicly punishing these people to further instigate and protect themselves against people turning against their country for a long time. Now you'll see, and I mean, it's fantastic if you do a quick search, you'll see the kind of commercials that CIA,
China, Russia,
and MI6 are putting out there to try to get people to volunteer. The reason those things don't work very well is because your next door neighbor just got arrested because they think he's an American spy. And then you on the internet see a CIA commercial says, hey, become an American spy. And you're like, fuck no. I just saw what happened to my neighbor. I can hate the regime all day long without talking to you.
What do we, like, let's just say it's Russia or Iran, and somebody reaches out, right? And China, somebody reaches out. What do we give in return for them to give intel?
So you're talking about
the Russia ad, right? The Russia ad that you have, and it tells the story. It's very emotional, by the way. Remember back in the days when your father and he went through this, and now you have this. Do it for your country, like these China ads, these Russia ads that they do. Okay, so I want to give intel. What is that Iranian, that Russian, that Chinese person that's sick of their own country? What do they get in return?
This is a lot like our conversation about why would an American support CIA. A huge chunk of their motivation is that they believe they're doing the right thing. They'll take the risk believing they're doing the right thing. Now, America never wants that. You always want to have leverage. So we try to find a leverage point. Is that leverage point money? Is that leverage point, medicine? Is that leverage point a visa to get your family out of the country? We look at all of those options, but we have to give something right away. One of the reasons I really don't like Bitcoin is because Bitcoin has become the currency of choice for espionage around the world. If you're a North Korean trying to recruit an American scientists, you're going to pay them in Bitcoin. Well, if you're a Chinese person trying to report to American intelligence, you're probably also getting paid in Bitcoin.
In a way, I know this is not the answer you're probably expecting to hear from me. In a way, that's good, because there is a way to give something that if you do this and it's real, we can send half a Bitcoin, or we can send a Bitcoin over to you, and it's decentralized, so it can't be fully tracked of where it's coming from.
Correct.
So part of that is good, but the other part of it is, when you were in the CIA, and you don't need to give this answer, I'm just trying to see if you knew it. Would you guys all know how many actual officers were in any country at any given time? Did you guys know that?
Only for the short answer is yes, for the area of responsibility we were working in. The longer answer is there are different categories of officers. Some of them are outside of our need to know. So I would know how many officers of my caliber were there, but then there might be some of a deeper cover that I wouldn't know at all, and there might be some that were barely covered that I also wouldn't know at all.
So above your rank, you wouldn't know if they're there or not.
Correct.
Okay. So at the peak ever, if you were to guesstimate, what's the most officers that we had in Iran actually working? What would that be?
I mean, the peak would have probably been under the Shah, and 60-ish.
Still 60, still not a big number.
Not a big number of American officers.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they would be running networks of locals.
So, okay, so if they're there, would they be white guys? Would they be regular guys that look like...
They could be. They would be basically whatever the United States was hiring at CIA, which was predominantly Caucasian back then. But there could have been women, there could have been blacks, there could have been Asians that were also recruited by CIA at the time.
So it's not like they're going and finding American, Iranian, Iraqi, whatever, to be able to leverage them to send them there.
Correct. If anything, they're trying to avoid that because of the instant suspicion.
So what is the population right now of Americans living in Iran today? Do we know that number, Rob? Can you pull up?
That's a good question.
What is the population of Caucasian Americans living in Iran today? White Americans living in Iran today. You can put Caucasian, let's see what it says. Living in Iran today. Because if I'm Iran, even if I see one person, it appears there's no publicly available reliable sources. Although exact numbers are not published, past estimates suggest that thousands of U.S. citizens, including expats, dual national students, and business professionals, reside or stay in Iran, often intermittently. In mid-2025, during the rising tension, State Department issued this. I remember this one, the whole this is recent. That just happened. 25,000 people. This is right before they attacked the nuclear facility. They say you got to get out of there.
Yep.
But what I'm trying to say is, okay, even if one white guy lives in Iran, why are you here? So if I'm Iran and I'm overly paranoid consistently, I'm like, you're either CIA, you're either somebody that's trying to give intel to another, get him out of here, right? Or arrest him, find a way to get. So that's not going to work effectively. So we have to rely. What other intel do we rely on as much as Mossad to get intel from Iran?
So I don't want to think of it as a country. I want to think of it as a rogue nation. A rogue nation means a nation that basically prevents the transience of American citizens, like Iran, like North Korea.
CIA believes that all people are born with a spy secret superpower. For some people, that means they can win deals. For others, they can spot liars. Some can even seduce lovers. I built a free 3-minute test to help reveal to you exactly what your secret hidden superpower is. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, take the test, and start using your spy superpower to stay ahead of 99% of people.
These are countries where you can't get in. If you have an American passport, good luck getting in. And if you do get in, good luck not going to jail right away. So rogue nations, you primarily rely on third country intelligence, like we're talking about with Mossad. You primarily rely on signals intelligence, which you would get from NSA. You primarily rely on military intelligence, which you would get from the intelligence services of your 4 branches or 5 branches of military with the Space Force. And those branches of the military are getting a lot of their information from other third-party groups. They're getting it from the UN. They're getting it from military channels. Submarines collect secrets. Airplanes collect secrets. So you've got this conglomerate at all times that are always collecting. But you're primarily relying on signals that you can absorb and intercept. And your human intelligence is coming from a third party.
But aside from Mossad, do we have another intel that we trust that would be in Iran to get intel for us, or no? It would mainly be Mossad.
So the 25,000 people,
Yep.
If you scroll back up again, this is an important 2 words that often get overlooked. You see the dual nationals?
Yes.
There are only a handful of countries that allow you to have dual citizenship with the United States. Those countries would allow you to have both an American passport and a foreign passport. So you could travel into Iran on the foreign passport, and essentially the border agents would never know you're an American citizen.
Who are the 5 countries?
There's only a handful. Costa Rica allows you to have dual citizenship. Spain allows you to have dual citizenship. I believe Canada might let you have dual citizenship. Rob, can you look that up? Yeah, thank you. What countries allow Americans to have dual citizenship?
Israel is one of them.
There you go. Canada, Mexico, many in Latin America. Oh, these require that you scroll that up again one more time. These nations do not require that you announce your citizenship. So these are all dual national countries for the United States.
Okay, and then if you go lower, Rob, where is Israel on that list? Because a lot of, the criticism that a lot of, there it is, long-term grant citizenship required. Go a little bit lower, Rob. Countries that allow it only in limited circumstances, Japan, Singapore. Countries that generally do not allow dual citizenship. Let's see this list real quick. China, India, Saudi, UAE, Qatar, Indonesia, Malaysia. Where is Iran on this list, by the way? Did you see anywhere Iran above?
I think Iran allows dual citizenship, actually. There it is. So scroll up to section 1, sir. No, I don't see it under Asia Pacific. I didn't see it under Middle East either. So this is not all encompassing. There's 160 something countries. So this is not every country.
Iran does not formally recognize dual citizenship. Under Iranian law, anyone who is considered Iran citizen is treated solely as an Iranian citizen while in Iran, even if they hold another passport. The dual citizenship isn't legally acknowledged. Iran will not provide consular access to dual nationals from their country while in Iran. If you are an Iranian citizen under Iranian law by birth, Iran assumes you are 100% Iranian in legal matters. Yeah. So, okay. So let me go where I'm going with some of these questions. We're going to come back. We're all over the place right now, but we'll come back to it. So the Shah is the leader of Iran for, 37 years, 38 years, 39, somewhere in the high 30s, right? He was there. Can you pull up how many years he was in reign? 38 years, 41 to 79. Okay, 38 years. And he improves the economy, allows women to vote. Women have freedom. They're not forced to get married at a young age, 9 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, all that stuff gone. Great relationship with the West. People travel in and out. He falls. He leaves. He dies. Khomeini comes in. IRGC comes in. I had the former founder of IRGC here doing a podcast with us a few months ago. And then it's been now 46 years, okay? And everyone's been waiting for his son to go back and bring freedom to Iran, Reza Pahlavi, whose son, we've had him on here a few times as well. And nothing's happened. I think he's a nice guy. I don't think he's his father to be tougher or his grandfather. He's a nice guy. And lots of people have been waiting for him to do it. I don't think he wants to do the job. I don't think he's going to do the job. And he keeps saying peaceful. We have to do it peacefully, 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 peacefully. But this is not the job of anybody, okay? The revolution of the Shah leaving wasn't peacefully. It was nasty. But they've had control for 46 years. If the CIA and others really wanted Iran to fall the last 46 years, it was a lot easier to do it under the Shah than it would be now. Why hasn't U.S., MI6, Mossad? The Middle East became chaotic after the Shah fell. If we keep hearing these stories about, let me tell you, coup d'etat, let me tell you, what's the word I'm looking for, that they got involved to create a coup, and whatever the word is. If they have the playbook, if they know how to do it, if they know Iran is chaotic, and they call it what's the phrase they say of terrorism? They're the such and such of terrorism. Like they're the ones that generated all over the world. Why hasn't MI6, Mossad, and U.S. worked together, state sponsor of terrorism? Yeah. Why haven't they worked together to cause a fall? 46 years, you left them alone? Why?
So this is where uncomfortable truths have to be said, right?
Sure.
Iran is not a priority for the United States. And when you have friends like...
For 46 years, it's not been a priority?
Why would it be a priority? Russia's not a priority for the United States either anymore. They don't touch our economy. They don't touch our people. We're militarily insulated against them. And most important of all, Pat, we have friends who they have to go through first. So it's a problem that we outsource. It's Saudi Arabia's problem. It's Israel's problem. It's the UAE's problem. It's Jordan's problem. These are all allies that we have. And we give them money. We have military bases that they host. We feed them intelligence, and they take action on the intelligence. A big part of the reason why Netanyahu, even still to this day, doesn't have to kowtow to the United States is because he understands the leverage he has. He understands that he is the wall that protects the United States and the Western allies from Iran. And it makes it so that we can spend our money on something else, and he spends his money and his lives protecting the rest of us against Iran. Okay. If it was a priority for us, like it was on the day that Trump went in and blew up the nuclear sites, when it's a priority for us, we reach right into that cookie jar and do our thing. But when it's not a priority for us, we reach into other cookie jars.